Now we will completely learn how to use PowerPoint and create beautiful presentations on PowerPoint using all the specific features including transitions, diagrams, flowcharts, etc. We will also use how to customize the existing templates that PowerPoint already offers. So first of all, we will start off with the basics, and that is creating a presentation on a blank template. So let's open it. To open PowerPoint, once you have installed it, you will go to the start menu and write PowerPoint. And there you will click on this screen. Afterwards, you will see this opening screen where you have the choice to create either a blank presentation or use the existing templates that PowerPoint already has customized for you. So if you don't want to create a blank presentation from the scratch and you want some quick presentation to be made, then you can click on the relevant category, for example, business, and it will automatically suggest you beautiful presentations related to business. But since we have to learn all the functionality of it, so we will start off with the blank presentation. I'll just double click on this and this will open up our new presentation. The presentation name is presentation 1 because we haven't saved it yet. If you want to save it first, I'll go to file and save as and save it to my computer and write my first presentation and click OK. Now here we can see a blank presentation and there is an option to click to add the title. Now this title will be the big title, that is kind of introduction page of the slide. So basically this will be the heading, and you can add the subtitle as well. On the left hand side, when we will add more slides to this current presentation in future, it will show up all in the sequence here. If you want to increase the size, there is a division between this. So if you want to increase the preview of the slides, so you can just hold the click and move it towards right. So you will notice that this reduces the size of the main slides and increases the size of preview. When you arrive on the main page of the presentation, you will see different tabs on the PowerPoint. So first one is Home tab. Home tab is basically for the basic customizations like changing the text size, making it bold, italic or underline. You can paste, copy and change the layout of the existing, and you can also insert the shapes. So all the basic functionalities can be done from the Home tab. And these are all the common interface that you will find in all the Office products, including Microsoft Word, Excel, and Outlook, etc. Afterwards, we have Insert tab, in which you can insert and create tables, which we will learn in the future videos. You can use smart charts, insert different shapes, and customize the word art. You can also add audio and video to your presentations. So we will learn all of these in future videos. Afterwards come the Design tab, where you can design the page style and layout and the color schemes. So that's an interesting part as well. Next is Transition, where you can decide how the next slide will appear and in which style. For example, wipe, split and reveal. And you can also add the sounds and the duration of how the overall slides will be played one after the other. Next is Animations. If you want your different text to appear in different styles, like if you have bullet points and you want to appear it with fade or fly in effect, you can set that from here. So it has many interesting options which we will see. Afterwards is Slideshow and then Review and View. So let's stick with the basics and write our first title here. It says click to add title. So I'll just click and write the company name, which is Accounting Training and Solutions. And you can also add the subtitle. If you notice, our company name comes under 2 lines because the company name is a little bit bigger and the box capacity might be smaller. So what you can do is you can just click here, just click on the text, and you will see the borders around this with small points that you can use to increase the box size. So I'll just hold it from this point. You will notice that when I come on this little point, it shows you the arrow that clearly indicates that you can hold it from the left key and move towards right until it accommodates the text. Similarly, you can use all of these points to increase, decrease, or rotate the boxes. If you want to rotate it, you will come on this top of the screen. You can come on this top and move it towards right. So it will rotate it a little bit. I want to reset. Okay. Now similarly, you can notice that there is a space between these two. So when I click on the subtitle, I can reduce the size first of the subtitle, and then if I want to move this up, you can go on any of the line of the border. When I arrive at any line, it shows the 4 arrows. That means you can hold it from the left key and move it upwards. So that's how we start the basic working on our blank presentation, and we have already saved it. If you haven't saved it yet, you can just go to file and save as, set the name and set the location to save. After working on our first presentation, I just closed the file. So let me reopen it. It is on the desktop. My first presentation, I'll just double click to open it. Now here only one page is created. Let's learn some further functions of PowerPoint. If you further want to change the layout of this first slide, you can do that from Home tab and Layout. There you will see the title slide, which was selected by default. Title and content, if you have some content like you want to present it with the heading and then afterwards in the points. So you can change the layout to this. Section and header. In this way, the main heading and the subtitle of our company will appear something like this. If you want to further divide in 2 sections or comparison or content with caption, with picture, so you can change to all of these. And you even have the choice to start it from complete scratch. In that way, you won't see any boxes here. So right now, because I have already mentioned some text, so that's why it is not removing this even on the blank. But when we start the new slide, for example, this one, and we change the theme to title and content, it will show up like this. And if we change it to blank, it will show completely blank page. So afterwards, you have to manually insert the shapes. Anyways, we will not use this second slide. Now, if you want to delete this slide, right click and delete the slide. If you want to reset the original settings, you can press Ctrl Z. But since I've showed you many changes, I'll manually go to Layout and reset it to title and slide. I need to increase the size. Now, when you click on title and slide, it will show up the default setting which was earlier made. So any customization won't be saved because you have reset and set it back to the title and slide. So anyways, I've customized it again. Now let's insert the second page. I'll click on the first slide and click on new slide. Now you will notice that the first layout was changed. First layout looks like title and slide, and the second page looks like title and content. And if you notice, layout already selected title and content. That's because normally all the presentations are in bullet points and pictures and graphs form. So basically these kind of presentations are used in companies for briefings and small presentations to discuss the core issues of the company, core performances, so that it can be easily highlighted with bullet points and using of graphs and charts. So I'll click to add the title, and my title is what this training covers. Now let's quickly add different bullet points. You can mention whatever bullet points you like. Now this slide is complete. If I want to create a new slide, I can just simply select this if I want the same layout on the next slide, and then click new slide. So it will follow the same template. And if I want to go back to slide number 2, I can just click it. Now you will notice that once the slide is complete, it disappears the boxes. That means boxes are just the indication of where you have to write. If I click, it will show up. And if I click on the side, it will disappear. So that's just an indication of where you have to write the data. Let's go back to slide 3. Let's write something here as well. Similarly, if you want to move this box a little up, you can see there is a gap between them. So similar method will be followed. You will go on this line. When you see this 4 arrows, you will just hold from the left key and move it upwards. So that's how we insert new slides and work with layouts in PowerPoint. Until now, we have created 3 slides, but after creation, if you want to change the layout of any slide, you just have to click on that slide and then click on the main screen. Afterwards, you can go to Home tab and go to Layout and change to different layout. So you will notice that it will change the data accordingly. Now it is not compulsory that the settings are proper according to the layout, because obviously we have not created that slide initially according to that layout. So this might differ, but still at least we can change the layout and manually adjust that. Now, for example, if you want to change the layout on this template, which is picture with caption, you can notice that this is a very good layout. You can even move it towards here, and this can be moved to here. Now, for example, in this case, this is the slide title and this is the main points covered in that title. So you can just manually adjust that. What I've done is I've changed the location and then adjusted the size of the boxes and then selected the whole text and went to home to change it to bullet points. Afterwards, I changed the size of the text. So these all options can be found easily on the Home tab. We can also insert the company image. For example, Account Tech logo. Now this logo or picture is very big according to the box. So you can just crop it to fit. So it will show up like this. Anyways, I'll just Control Z and undo this all to go back to the original slide. Now, if you want to change the order of the slide after creating it, for example, you want the third slide to appear on the second. So you can even hold it to move upwards or downwards as required. Similarly, you can use slide sorter for this. You have the option in the bottom area. Just click on this and you can easily see all the slides. The benefit of this is you will see a lot of slides in the single page. So it will be more easy to do that. Afterwards, you want to see the normal view. Just parallel to it is the normal view. Just click on this and you will come back to the original view. So this slide was about changing layout and the arrangement of the slides. If you want to further improve the look of the presentation and want to do it quickly, for example, changing the background, this white page is pretty simple. So I want to change the background as well as the text style and the bullet point style. So you can do all of this in single click by using the design option. If you go to the design option, you will see a lot of predefined themes that you can use with a single click. Now, for example, if I click on this, you will see that it changes the layout of all the slides very nicely. And you also have the color variants on the right hand side. If you browse it, you have the color selection. You can use any of these to make it even better. If it doesn't apply properly, just try it once again. Now it's okay. Now similarly, if you want to select more themes, you can just browse these and select any other theme. But after the design of the slide, it might differ from what you have selected initially. So you have to manually adjust the size of the text and the boxes accordingly. For example, now the text size looks a little big. So I'll adjust this manually. You also need to move the boxes up or down. For example, in this third slide, you can see that this box of the bullet points is covering the heading area. So I'll just move it down to adjust. So these kind of little adjustments are required once you change the layout. You can even change the layout of the single slide. So what you can do is, for example, I want my title slide to appear a little differently from all of these. So I can just choose any slide, but right click and click on apply to selected slide. So what it will do is only it will change the current slide and will not affect all of these. Similarly, if you want to change for all slides, right click and click on apply to all slides. Now there is one other very important function. For example, you make further changes to the slide after choosing your template. For example, you customize the colors and apply to all slides, but afterwards you also change the background styles, for example like these, and for example like this, and you also change the effects, and you made some changes to the fonts as well. After making all these changes, for example, you want to save this slide so that whenever you want to create your presentation, you want to create on the same design, but you want to avoid the work that you need to do. First select the slide color scheme, then change the font style. So what you can do is you can save the current theme by browsing the themes and click on save current theme. It will automatically select the location where you can save the theme. You can write my custom theme and click on save. So that's how you can save the theme. Now if I close it and save, for example, I open the new presentation from the scratch, and if I select blank, I can easily go to design and browse it and select my custom theme from here. So it will maintain all the settings I've made in my slides. Now let's go back to our original presentation. Now if you go to design tab, you also have the option to change the slide size to standard or widescreen. In the older versions you only have the standard, but now you have both. Now the widescreen and the standard size means it will adjust according to the screen size. For example, some old monitors are kind of a box style. So in that case, you can click on this and click on ensure fit. So it will show it something like this. But when you play it, it will show on the full screen of the box style of LCDs. But if you have wide LCDs like the modern ones, you can change it to widescreen. Now if you want to see the slideshow of whatever we have created until now, you can just go to the first slide and then play the slideshow from the bottom. First slide. Now since we haven't set any transitions or movements, it will show in the static form, and we have to manually click it to go on the next presentation. So next, and next will end the slideshow. Similarly, click again to exit. So that's how we design slides in PowerPoint. Now we will see how you can insert pictures in your slides in PowerPoint. So first of all, select the slide in which you want to insert the picture, then go to insert menu and click on pictures. Now this will allow you to set the location from your computer. You can use any picture. If you have downloaded one, just select it from downloads or any other location and click on insert. Now once you click on insert, it will give a standard size, and then you have to manually adjust it according to your presentation. So we have these points in the corners. You can go to any point, and once you see this arrow, you can just drag and move this arrow to reduce the size of the picture. And then if you want to move it at any specific position within the slide, then just hold it from the center and move it here. Similarly, after moving, once you select the pictures, you will see a special tab of format. That means you can select different frames and different styles of the picture as you like to make the presentation even better. And if you want to first crop it and then select the frame, this frame is selected. I'll change it to default. You can just select it and click on reset picture. After that, if you want to crop it, just select the picture first. Once you see the format tab, click on crop, and this will allow you to move this black indicators close, because here I want to crop the sides of it, and then click again on the crop. So it will reduce the size and crop it. Afterwards, you can just select any frame you want. Let's say I select this one. Similarly, you can select the picture and make some manual corrections to the existing picture. If you want to enhance the image, Means you want to increase the brightness or contrast of it. You have different options here. You can choose any default setting, or you can click on picture correction options, where you have the choice to manually adjust brightness, contrast and sharpness. But for now this is good, so I'll keep it as it is. You can even change the color scheme. If you see after corrections, here is the color scheme. You can change it to black and white, total black and other effects as you like. Now similarly, if you have customized the complete picture, but now you just want to change the picture within these settings, so just select the picture and click on change picture, and let's select from the file, click on browse and select any other picture, insert. So you can see that the picture is changed within the same settings and under the same border. You can also give effects to the pictures if you want. You can see this cube and different style of pictures. So normally I recommend to keep it simple. Just give some borders and don't give these reflections or something like this. But it depends on the requirement of the presentation. You can select according to that. So I'll leave it as it is for now. You can also remove the background from the picture. For example, if I only want this tab to appear and rest the background should be blank, you can just select the picture and click on remove background. But ideally it works perfectly with the white background. So in this case we have to zoom it to make some manual adjustments. As you can see that it doesn't only select the screen of the tab, it also selected the border. So after that, once you have click on remove background, you will see this background removal tab where it says mark areas to keep and mark areas to remove. For example, I will click on mark areas to keep because it selected normal than usual background. So I'll click on here and here and here, keep clicking so that it identifies the area properly. You can select it in the line form like this. Now I'll draw the line here and it's selected properly, but I have to select this line as well. And if you want to keep this finger, let's try to select it as well. Now let's say I want to keep this finger as well. So just hold and draw. Similarly hold and draw from here. Hold and build the line. So it shows the tab properly. And now let's click on keep changes. So you can see that it removed the background and kept the images what we wanted. So this means that the image is transparent now. If I zoom it out now, you can see that it is completely transparent and it shows the background in the slide. So which is perfect in the ideal settings where you want the transparent images. So this is a very useful tool. You don't need to use any online tool to make the images transparent. You can do it manually by yourself in the PowerPoint. Now similarly, if you want to select the image to bring forward or send backward, you can click on this so that it will give the preference to that image, and beneath that surface will be other images shown. But you will learn more about it when we make a detailed presentation with changing pictures. So this is how you can work on pictures in PowerPoint. Now let's see how you can insert logo to your slides. Now if you want to select the logo of the company and then apply to all of the slides, Let's click on insert and click on pictures. Now let's see, I have a transparent logo. I'll insert it and adjust the size of it. But you will notice that the logo is only inserted in the first slide where I placed it, but it is not inserted in all the other slides. So let's say if I want to insert it in all of the slides, I'll go to View tab and click on Slide Master. Now these are different slide types that is indicated here. That means if I insert one logo to the same slide type, it will be automatically shown in all the slides which have the same layout. So the title slide has the different layout and the other slides have same layouts. So let's use this one. Click on insert and click on pictures. Now let's select our transparent logo and place it anywhere in the slide, and then go to View tab and click on normal. So you will notice that it will be inserted not in the title slide but all the other slides which have the same layout. Similarly, if you want to use any other images to make your presentation even better, you don't have to find it on Google Images. You can insert it directly from insert option and click on online pictures. Now let's say I want to insert a person giving presentation, an animated kind of person with the transparent background. In Bing image search, write presentation and click search. Now it is selected to Creative Commons. I'll select it to all and then select the size to small and select type as transparent. So you will notice that it will give you some interesting images to use in your presentation. For example, this one, click and insert. So it will automatically download and place it in your presentation. Now it is with the transparent background, so you can place it anywhere, resize the size of it to make your presentation better. So that's how we can easily insert external images as well directly in your PowerPoint presentation. If you want to further improve your graphical presentation in PowerPoint, there is one other option in the Insert tab named Smart Chart. But to learn more about this, I'll just insert a new slide. If you want to create a new slide, just click on the last slide, right click and click on New Slide. Now let's insert something here. Let me write something. Now you can see that these points are under bullet points. You can convert it in a smart art. That means these points will be shown as a chart, which is very effective for the presentations. Let me just zoom it a little bit. Now if I select and then select smart chart, I have the option to choose from all, list, in which you can mention it in list, process, and we have a couple of other options as well, but let's stick with the process. And if I scroll down, I can find this option. So just select this and click OK. Now you will notice that it doesn't automatically transfer all the bullet points to this chart. That means we have to manually mention each of them. So either you can mention it from here or you can just simply close it, readjust the size to adjust it on your charts, and then write the points. Now you will notice that when I start writing, it will automatically readjust the text to fill it within that box. Now this smart chart contains 3 shapes. If I want to insert one shape after, just right click and click on add shape after. So it will insert the new shape. You can extend the size. And last point is, so this inserted our chart, but all of these shapes are in same color. So I can change the color scheme. You can change it to multicolors, something like this. You can change the effects of it, and you can even change colors manually from change colors and then go to recolor pictures in smart art graphics. So afterwards, just choose the shape and go to format. Now if you notice, if you selected the shape, you will see this two special tabs related to the smart art tools, design and format. So I'll go to format and change the shape fill to, let's make this one to dark in color. Select other shape. Next one we have is this. So this way we can insert this chart. Now if I want to change this kind of smart chart to another sequence, so just select it overall from the corner. If you select once, it will select the complete smart art with all the shapes. Now let's right click and convert to shapes. Now let's right click and click on layout. You can see this layout here, and if you want to change it to any other sequence, you can see the previews like this. For example, this is good. Change it to this. Now I've changed the shapes. You can enlarge it. Afterwards, you can just reset it to the original sequence. And that's how we insert smart charts. Now, if I want to convert these bullet points to this smart chart automatically, we don't want to write each individual text in the smart art. So let's just see how to delete this smart art. First, I'll click here above the shapes. So it will select the complete area and then simply click on delete. Now let's select all the text and just right click and click on convert to smart art. And there we can see all the options. So if I click on any, it will automatically convert it to smart art, after which you can just change the shapes to colorful or anything like this. If you want to manually set the colors, you can follow the same method as I've shown you earlier. Similarly, if you want to change the layout and see all the options, what other options we have in the smart chart, just right click and go to change layout. So this will show you all the options that we have in the smart chart. So you can choose any option you want. Let's Control Z. So that's how we can insert smart charts in PowerPoint. Now in the next function, we will learn how to insert charts in PowerPoint. For that, I'll insert a new slide. To insert a new slide, first select the cursor below which you want to insert the new slide. So if I accidentally selected first slide and then click on new slide, you will notice that it will come after this first slide because the cursor is selected on the first slide. So first delete it. Let me select the fourth slide, and since I want the new slide on the fifth number, let's click new. And here I will write charts demonstration. Afterwards, if you go to insert tab, you will see this charts option. And if I select charts, it will show us all the charts that is common in Excel, Word and PowerPoint. That is column chart with clustered columns and stack columns, 100% stack, line graph, pie charts, bar charts, and etc. Now if I select the clustered column and click OK, obviously you need data for it. So what it does, to show the chart, it created an example data, which is a supporting sheet of chart in Microsoft PowerPoint. It looks like Excel, but it is by default attached to the PowerPoint presentation. So this shows that these colors, yellow, orange, and dark brown, are called series, and all of this regions, you can change it to regions or anything, but right now it's named as categories. So if I start changing it, it will show us a proper position of the chart, what the chart is showing. You can change the data according to your data. You can change this data according to your data. Just change the titles and the numbers. So for example, if I change it to quarter 1, quarter 2, so after changing the data, you will immediately notice that the quarter names has been changed in the charts as well. Now similarly, change the names of the series to. So I changed the name, and similarly you will notice that the names has also been changed. Now if I want to change the format of the chart, right now it's showing with the white background and in orange and different colors. If I select the chart and notice on the top we have chart tools. So these are special tools that are only associated with the charts. We have two tabs, design and format, like we have seen before in smart chart. Anyways, I'll go to design and click on black or click on this. So you can notice that the format is changing, and if you want to change the color scheme as well, you can change it to any suitable scheme you want. Now similarly, if you want to change the data according to your actual data, you can change that. Let's suppose it is in millions right now, but if you want to keep the figures in thousands, you can change that as well. So let me just change data and then show you what effects do we have on the chart. So now you can notice that since I changed all the figures to thousands, it will automatically change the marks and the limit of the chart in thousands. So first is 0 and then the next point is 5,000, 10,000, 15,000. So it changes according to the maximum data we have. For example, if the maximum limit is of 50,000, but this instead of 3,500, it is 45,000. So you will notice that it increased the capacity of the chart and change it to 50,000 range. Now we can close the background data and manually increase the size if you want. And if you want to edit the data, just right click on the chart and click on edit data. So it will show up this sheet again. Now let's talk about some further customization. If I want to change the color scheme or make any adjustments to this layout, I'll simply select the chart, and from these special tabs, I'll go to design tab, and we've seen that what effect it has if we change the charts from the designs. Now let's say I choose this one, because this one also enables figures on the charts. But if I change it to any other thing, it might not show up. Or for example, if I press Ctrl Z undo, so by default, what we had doesn't contain numbers with each chart. So that can be even manually adjusted. If I go to the design tab and click on quick layout, you will see many options where it changes the type of layout, how the data is shown. See, in this option, the data is shown below the chart. Similarly, this shows the chart in numbers also on the top of each bar. So you can change the layout depending on the suitability that you have for your organization. You can even change the color of the bars manually. So if I select one bar, all the bars with the same color will automatically be selected. Afterwards, you can just change the color of one bar, and similarly all the selected bars will change. Go to shape fill and for example change it to green. Similarly, second one, change it to yellow. Third one, change it to red. Or let's change it to, you can also change the chart title to, let's say, sales analysis, and you can place the box, hold it when you see this 4 arrows and then move it anywhere. Now one amazing option, if you want to change the data sequence, for example, the quarters should be shown instead of table chairs, and the table chairs should be shown here. So you can change the data easily. Just select the chart and go to the design tab, click on select data, and then with the data you will see this option, change the data source or select data source. Now you can see that on the left hand side we have table chairs and shelves, and on the right hand side we have quarters. So if you want to switch the rows and columns, just click on it once, and if I click on OK, now the main categories is changed to tables, chairs and shelves, and the sales is changed in quarters in the form of bars. So that is a very useful option as well. Similarly, you can use this option as well. Just select the chart, select data, and switch rows and columns. And if we have the data shown on the front, you can switch the rows and columns directly by clicking on the chart. But the data must be shown in the background. Now similarly, if you want to change the chart type, just right click and click on change chart type. You don't need to delete the chart. Just go to line and select any line you want and select this. But this contains two-sided data, so that's why it's not showing properly in the line chart. I can select it in combo chart. So combo chart means this. But right now the most suitable is, I guess, is clustered column. So these are some of the useful functions of the charts. In the future videos, I'll also show you how to connect Excel sheets with the PowerPoint charts or presentation. So just have a good practice on it and then move to the next video. After inserting the video to your presentation, you can also insert some kind of background music. That means you can insert audio in your presentations as well. So same step will be followed. I'll just select the slide where I want to insert the audio. After selecting the slide, I'll go to Insert tab, and on the right hand side, just after video is audio option. Now, same is the case here. You can insert online audio directly from the web, or you can insert it from your PC. And you can even record your voice as a voiceover if you want to record your personal audio. So first of all, I'll just insert audio from my PC. Select the location from where you want to play the audio. For example, this one, and click on insert. Now you will see this small icon and the play button with it. And as soon as this audio is inserted, you can see on the top, we have special tab of audio tools where I can make the settings. You have to uncheck it, hide during show. That means this icon will not be shown. And similarly, if you change on click to automatically, you don't need to click or play it from the player. It will automatically play as this slide comes. So let's try and play this presentation. I'll go to one earlier presentation and just click on slideshow and then click to the next presentation and show. Now similarly, you can make some other settings as well. Just select this icon and go to playback. And if your presentation is long and you don't want the audio to end, then you can just click on loop until stopped. So that means until the presentation will be stopped, this will keep on playing. Similarly, you can set the volume settings to low, medium, or high. Like the background music is normally in low mode or medium volume. So you can change that as well. Similarly, you can fade in and fade out on the starting and the end. You already know that it is a good effect that shows the closing of the presentation. The sound will gradually be reduced. Similarly, if you want this audio to play across all the slides, just go to playback option and click on play across the slides. Now let's try to play it, but we will copy this. Actually, we will cut this and place it on the first slide. Now play. So it will come something like this. Now, as I told you before, you can insert your own audio as well. Let's select the first slide and let me show you how it is done. Click on insert and click on audio and record audio. Now this is the default player of Microsoft PowerPoint. So let's write my voice and start recording, and I'll mention any message. Welcome to this first slide of Accounting Training and Solutions, where we provide basic to advanced training of Microsoft PowerPoint. Click OK. So this is the new audio. Let's try to play it now. Now this audio needs some setting. That means it is not automatically played. I'll go to playback and click on automatically. and don't need to loop it. I'll just increase the volume and decrease the volume of the background music. Keep it low. And now let's try to play. Welcome to this first slide of Accounting Training and Solutions, where we provide basic to advanced training of Microsoft PowerPoint. Right click and end show. So that's basically how it is done. So just try it by yourself and then we will move to the next video.